It's Wednesday, my dudes, and I knew that was going to happen. That was planned. It was all planned. Anyway, it's Wednesday, my dudes, and tonight we sit down with forget it. We sit down with a creator who spends as much time critiquing shots as he does taking them. He is the Plunder from Down Under, even though he's from Houston, which I just learned today. Isn't that fascinating? He is PL Toybox. We're going to talk with him about Plunderlings and other stuff that he likes to take pictures of, and all kinds of crazy things, because that's what we do, and it's fun, and there's cool stuff to do and talk about. And hi, I miss you guys. It's been a crazy week, but no, I have not been adopted, Dom. No. Roll the intro, Machi. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's not yelling. This is the way I talk. Hear the intro,
please.
Please. Say please. I love it. Say please.
You're yelling, and you're in a hotel room.
Oh, is that it? It's because the mic is so close. Usually it's so much further away. I'm not yelling. This is the way I talk. I don't even have my coffee cup with me. This is so weird. Anyway, it's Wednesday, my dudes, and welcome to episode 77 of Between Two Sentinels. The show where you have no one to blame but yourself. And that's why we're still here. How are you, Machi? What's going on?
I'm good. Can't complain.
You can if you want. I'm here for you.
I mean, I want to go on vacation.
Okay, you can go on vacation. I would call this a vacation. Like being in the middle of Atlantic City, surrounded by middle school dancing teams. Farly anything from a vacation, for sure. So, but anyway, good luck to all the dance teams out there and the ones that have danced and are yet to dance. It is nationals, and we've been here since Sunday, and I would love to be kidnapped. Let's put it that way. Anyway, lots going on. We just did an episode last night with the Toy Amigos, which was a lot of fun. We did talk through a lot of turtle stuff, which is cool. We talked with our good friend Mario and Cheney, who will be in the content house in San Diego. Countdown to San Diego is on, which is exciting. That will be our vacation for sure. It'll be a vacation that we will need a vacation from. But yeah.
That content house is gonna be. That's gonna be something.
I'm gonna do a double take every time I go to sit down on something because I'm worried that an
airbag's gonna go off.
Yeah. I almost feel like if one doesn't go off, I'm gonna be disappointed now at this point. You know what I mean? Like the anticipation is gonna be so high. So but yeah, anyway.
It's been 0 days since an incident.
We should get a little tracker. It's been 0 days since pranks. We already got a super chat. Look at this. Super hat has come in already. It says, yo, Jay's hot and the Machu man. Thank you so much, Toy Amigos. That will go to the medical bills for when I go through the roof at the content house for sure. Appreciate that, as always. Did you get anything in this week?
I got nothing in this week, but I got a bunch of stuff in after last week's episode.
Oh, you did? What'd you get?
I got Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, you got that
to arrive last Wednesday, but it came in on Thursday.
And you got that Doom chair too that you shot. It's a great shot, by the way.
Yes, this Doom chair from Toy Blocks on Instagram.
Nice. Look at that.
Pretty dope.
And that came painted, or you had to paint it?
It came painted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Actually, what he used was different color filament. So that's a gold filament on there too, and red filament. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
And then there's a Sentinel head that I got that is sitting in the background somewhere.
That looked great. That thing is way bigger than I expected it to be. I'll tell you that.
And let me see if I can find a legend. I mean, I have a bunch of legends behind me. Here's a Wolverine without hands. But yeah, pretty big.
Damn. There's a Wolverine without hands. Better than a Wolverine without pants, I guess. And another very generous super hat coming in from the Toy Amigos. Pre-order for Jay's Hot medical
Pre-order
bill.
for medical
A
bills.
pre-order for the medical bills. I like it. I'll take it. Thank you, Amigos. Thank you. And Henrock says, "Damn, that's a big head." And you got the ramen racer came in as well.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
It is
And how are
beautiful.
you liking it?
I love
Yeah?
it. I just have to think of a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have thought of this while I was waiting, but yeah, I love it. I just don't know where to put it. That's the thing.
Yeah, well,
Running out of space with all these vehicles. I got a turtle van. I got a vamp.
Someone needs to make a garage, and then we can just put it all in there.
I need a Dio for a garage. That's what
wasn't it 112th the garage company that was taking people's money at one point?
112, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anywho,
yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's not put a bummer in the episode.
No bummers in the episode at all. We're gonna go right into the chat.
Oh, I also got this.
You were telling me about this.
Yeah, it has a lot of articulation,
and it turns into a ball.
You can basically, you can basically turn it into a ball. I mean, like, let's check in with the chat, and I'll turn this into a ball.
You'll transform. All right, here we go. We got Steve Morrow says, "What fun and excitement shall we anticipate for on this episode of B2S?" I mean, there's always going to be some kind of shenanigans, like me yelling or crashing into the wall here at the hotel. So Dom says, "Hello there, Josh Brown," hitting us with the hey. Dom also saying, "As of this morning, my table for the next Wayne Toy Show is officially confirmed. You heard it here first, folks." There you go. Dom is going to be selling at the next Wayne Toy Show. I believe that is July 7th. So there you go. Go see Dom.
It's been a while since we've actually gone to a Wayne Toy Show.
Yeah, and I think it will be a while for me too. I don't know if I'm going to make that one, but we'll talk about that later. I know no one's more upset than I am. Josh Brown is very happy for Dom. Paul Morales says, "Hello, everybody." Jay Sean has been abducted again. I am. There it is. Look at that. You balled it up. Phrasing. There you go. Put it back up. I just made you. I biggened. Yeah, that's pretty damn close. That's got to roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Sir Dork. I did like his photo of the droideka there with the bubble shield. Looked pretty awesome. So
I got to try that. Yeah,
it looked good. KJ Smith saying, "What's up, peeps?" Yeah, no, this is just the way I talk, Bad Force. You should know that by now. Samuel Jackson beer. I'll get you drunk. Let's do it. 1-6 Shooter is here. Bad Force Grump saying, "What's up?" Dom saying, "J Shot is dancing for middle schoolers. I would kick their butts. I'll tell you that." The little West Side Story rumble. Let's do it. KJ Grumps and Towers. I got ants in my pants and I want to dance. It's just like it's me and Chris Farley dancing in like the Chippendales style. You know, it's how it works. Dads are at different dimensions of dude. It is very true. Let's see what else we got going on here. We got Toy Retsu hitting us with the
subtoids.
There it is. Sentinel enjoyers in chat. What's up, Toy? Too much new toys is here.
What up, Cody?
Thank you for that. Toy Murphy's here saying,
finally
hey.
Got to. I finally got to stream with Cody. Yeah,
that's awesome. We're gonna get Cody on the show.
Yes, we do.
I have not streamed with Cody. I have interacted with Cody.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get Cody on the show.
Yes.
Are we doing live cams from 24/7 in the content house? I don't think we decided on live cam. We decided maybe live cam in the fridge, right? There's something potentially live cam in the fridge, but we are talking about doing...
I think the only thing that's not going to be live is the confessional room.
Yeah. We're talking about cereal with the creators. Mm-hmm. So we'll have breakfast, and that'll be our recap for the morning.
I really want to have Wade on for cereal with the creators.
That'd be great.
Because did you see that whole did you see that?
Yeah, I did with the pooping in the cereal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird. It's really weird. But you know, I am excited. I saw that Bonner put up the picture of the boxes, so you know, that's shipping out. Odious is shipping out, which is really exciting. He's going to have the exclusive Odious That's really exciting too. And Pablo saying hello from backstage. He's probably getting antsy, talking about antsy the best. Josh Brown saying everyone get their 4 NECA Turtle exclusives. I got one. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know why everybody's looking to get 4. I'm willing to have a conversation with people. Maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, and maybe Pablo, we could talk about this too. As far as I know, there was only one sketch of each of those figures. Like it's just one, and then it went to like the Playmates has the 4-pack that you have. Like they went to that. I don't know why people are trying to get 4 of each of those. I'm gonna get 2 boxes. I got one today. I'm planning on getting one in San Diego because I want to, one to rock, one to stock. But people getting 4 seems crazy. But good luck.
Ooh, be careful. You might ruffle a few feathers there.
I'm not
shake
known
some
for
shells.
causing any trouble. I'm not known for causing any trouble. The chair is fire. Appreciate that. KJ Smith saying Pablo in the building. Toy Addict 17 saying, "What's up, dudes? Happy Wednesday! Don't forget to check out Toy Addict and Unworthy Collector on Unworthy Addiction on Thursday nights. They're going to be on tomorrow." Dom says he likes that helmet. I'm assuming he's talking about the Sentinel helmet. Okay, good. Oh, it lights up. Look at that. Henrock saying, "Sup, fellas?" Toymer says, "I was checking out the Sentinel head yesterday. It's pretty big."
It is pretty big.
I mean, that thing. Sorry. Yep. Henrock saying, "Damn, that's big." And Toy Migos immediately following up very appropriately with the "That's what she said." Henrock, thank you for not letting that go through. Let's see. Bat Force wants a General Lee in that scale. Okay, that's not bad. Do a little hood slide. I get that. You get that.
The Ramen Racer does come with the orange option of the General Lee.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go, bro.
They said that they'll put this, like, you could put the stickers. You can get the stickers in that. The decals for it.
Fast and Furious 3 rotating garage for all 112 vehicles. There you go. Dom says, "Take a picture of Deadpool giving it a spit shine. The old hawk. Someone had to get it out of the way." That's true, Dom. Done now. JJ Smith. Shadowbird is here saying hello. Henrock says, "July 7th, Wayne sure need money for STCC." Very true. Frankie Principe all the way from New Zealand saying shout out to the Sentinels. We got Thunder House Design saying, "Whoa, I'm late, but where is the human-sized Sentinel head from?"
So I got it from Toy Blocks on Instagram. It's toy.blocks.
Toy.blocks. They're also doing modular street and sewer design, right? For
I think it's just a building.
Just a building. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which I told them I'm interested in.
Wingnut323, Sweet Man Live. It's awesome. Too much new toys. Cody saying it was great to talk with you. Can't look at Count Chocula the same way after Wade. Josh Brown says, "I'm not wrong, just crazy." All right, I'll take that. Kuya Kicks is here. Can't wait. We'll see him out in San Diego, right? I think so.
Kuya Kicks is in Canada.
Kuya Kick. I thought he was going to be. I thought he said he was going to be in STCC too.
Oh, is he? All right,
I
cool.
thought so. Those Joy Toy Turtles, though. Oh man, I am so pumped for those.
Yeah.
Turtle Pitchfork, Boo J Shot. That's fine. Bring it, Henrock. And if we decide to wisen up, I can hook friends up that missed. There you go, Josh. And
I missed what?
The what you call it ones. The first sketch turtles. Because he's looking to get 4 of them. So yeah. And then another very generous super hat saying Ramen Racer shot idea, Laser Man pulling through airbag fund. You got the wrong show for the Laser Man stuff, Diggs, but we'll happily take
and the
money.
wrong show for the airbag fund.
Yeah, but we'll take your money anyway. But since you mentioned Laser Man, we will happily give a shout out to the Toy Daddies in the TPC Top 10, who will be starting at 9 o'clock, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Or 2/3 of the way.
Yeah. Either way, they're after. Yeah. Watch them after us because we got Pablo and he's backstage waiting now. We're going to bring him in just a second. I do believe they will be going live with just Yimbo and Toy Father. No Chewing is out on vacation. So
no chewing.
No chewing. Does that make it a yes chewing? It's a double negative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chewing. So, yeah. Glazer Man. I wish I was going to SDCC, hoping for next year for my 40th. All right, next year start the fun, Kuya. So there you go. Boom.
Just sneak in.
Just sneak in. There you go. Done. All right. Speaking of sneaking in, let's sneak him right in here while you play with your car. Let's welcome. I'm going to keep calling him the Plunder from Down Under until he tells me no. Here he is, PL Toy Box, otherwise known as Pablo. Has anyone called you that, man? I think
no.
I'm gonna,
That's
I
the
think
first
you should
time I
stick
hear
with
it.
that. I'm going to stick with that until you tell me no. I've named a couple people. Sir Dork, I've named the most dangerous man in toy photography because he sets things on fire. We're going to name you Plunder from Down Under. I mean, I'm either going to be known for offending people or naming people. One or the other. It's just how it's going to be. Or reminding people that it's the middle of the week, So that's it. But dude, how are you, man? How's things going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Super duper. I know that before we went live, you were playing with your wiener. Sorry, your dog.
Yes, he's over there now.
Yeah, his wiener. He's got a wiener dog, man. Relax. Do your research.
Wiener, sausage dog.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. So.
Laser Man doesn't fit.
Laser Man doesn't fit. You'll have to go. Machu's just wondering if he should go get his 12-inch Peter Parker. It's gonna be that kind of show tonight. But man, before we went live, we were talking about those Joy Toy turtles, and you had mentioned that you got a couple of those Joy Toys. I think the Joy Toys look great. I've never had them, but you said you had a bunch of them.
They're fun.
Yeah.
I have the Warhammer, and then I have the 3 something Raja. It's they remind me of Borderlands, the figures. I forgot the name of the series, but I have those 3 also. They're fun to shoot, man. And I mean, for a 1/18 scale, they're pretty well articulated.
Go back to that last comment.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll read it from Trevor.
Yeah,
I'm holding my wiener right now.
Yeah. Wiener is the newest 4 Horsemen figure. That's what we don't know.
There we go.
So, yeah.
It's the newest mount.
It's the newest mount.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've attempted to put a saddle on her to take a toy shop, but she won't keep it on. She's like, hell no.
Wiener from the Circanus tribe, who comes down to
It's funny that you say that because I have to feed Jay Shot's cat since he's gone, and I was debating on bringing a figure with me to put it on the cat while I was eating, and take a picture of it while it was like mounted on the cat.
I've tried, but she won't. She's like,
This is a great question, Steven. 1/12 or 1/6 wiener? I think it's a 1-to-1.
It's a 1-to-1. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1.
Yeah, so.
Well, this one's mine's a miniature.
It's a miniature.
Mine's a miniature weenie.
Yeah.
I would say it's cold, but it's summer.
We're already off the rails. It's great. It's perfect. 1/6 for sure. Because it's your dog.
That's a Boo.
That's a good one. That's a deep cut, Yimbo. That's a deep cut. You got to remember that one. So, you get some peanut butter there. Anyway, I'm excited for the Joy Toy, man. They look like they got good articulation, and Matthew, I didn't even notice until you pointed it out. The turtles, and not to turn this into a complete review show. It had the ab crunch, even though they got the shell, which is something that we haven't really seen a lot of.
I'm curious to see how that's going to work.
Which is really cool. So, but all right, but let's talk about you. Let's talk about you, Pablo. No onion rings. We're not throwing onion rings onto anything. It's no ring toss tonight. Everybody now calling you the Plunder from Down Under, but you're based in Houston, which I didn't know.
Yes.
We talked about this a little bit too. When you came, we met in person at Legion's Con, which again, if you aren't going to Legion's Con, that is probably the second best con to San Diego. If you can't get out to San Diego, you got to get out to Legion's Con this year, which pretty incredible it was. And I bought a print from you, and you were generous enough to sign it, which is great. But didn't realize you made that trek, and it was a pretty awesome trek. Is that was your first time coming out to Legion's Con?
Well, that was my first time having a booth. I went the previous year as an attendee, but last year when I met you guys, I was there as a vendor. That was the first time I had a booth.
Nice.
And I'll have a booth again this year too.
That's awesome. Even Backforce says he met Pablo at LegionsCon too. Yep. It was awesome, dude. Yeah. Yep. He's alright. I mean, like let's not get rid of that. Okay.
Who Grumps or
no, both. No, Grumps is great. Love Grumps. Pablo's alright. No, I'm kidding. No, dude, I mean, anybody that's gonna make the time to talk with us or talk to me. I mean, look, talk to me. Let's be real. Talk to me for 5-10 minutes. I'm thrilled with. So let's be fair.
I remember Pablo was the first one to come up to me 2 Legions cons ago. He was like, Machu. And I'm like, who's calling my name? Like, the first time somebody called my name at a con. And Jay Shaw was just like, man.
Well, my favorite thing. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, and you just wanted to take a picture with me. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I've never had that happen to me.
My favorite thing about that con is like anytime we were separated, right? Like everyone would come up to me and be like, "Where's Machu?" And I'd be like, "Oh man," I was like, "It wasn't my turn to watch him," you know. But then and you get really bummed out, right? Because you're like, "Oh man, everybody just wants to meet Machu." But then like Matt's like, "I don't, man." Everybody like every time we weren't together, somebody would be like, "Where's J-Shot?" So it's like, okay, so clearly we just have to walk together, otherwise everybody's confused that we're not constantly together. So. But yeah, no, it was a really cool experience, and again, just like you took 10 minutes to chat with me and talk about stuff was awesome, and seeing your work and you had prints there, which is great, and like Trevor too, like Trevor has his stuff that he's selling in the calendar and stuff. Like there's something special. There's something special about having your work printed, and it is really cool. Like it feels weird to print it, but like at the same time, like. It's so awesome to have a piece from people you look up to and people that you love their work and get it like that. So kudos, man. And it was really awesome to get that piece from you.
Thank you.
I really want this as a print.
Yeah, maybe a 1-to-1, a 1-to-1.
Yeah. Hey, I can do it.
So, but I mean, obviously, like a lot of your stuff and the stuff that you've been doing now for a while is Plunderlings. How did you get started with Plunderlings?
I kept nagging them.
Hell yeah, dude.
Honestly, I just kept asking them. I was like, well, the thing, so like I didn't back the very first Kickstarter. I missed out on that first Kickstarter. But I did get when they started releasing them to retailers. I started getting the Plunderlings then. And when I got my hands on the first one, I couldn't put it down. They're just a lot of fun to shoot, and it fits my niche. Like I just enjoy making cartoony shots, and those fit really well. So then I just kept messaging Rick and the Plunderling people. I was like, I kept tagging them with my shots, and then I kept asking them if they ever have any future Kickstarters and they need someone to photograph the prototypes or anything like that, to let me know. I'll be happy to do it. And then sure enough, right before the Kickstarter came up, they hit me up. Actually, I talked to Rick at LegionsCon, not last year, but the year before. For the first time that I went, I met Rick there and I talked to him in person and we hit it off. And he told me, he's like, yeah, he had me in mind for the next Kickstarter and that he wanted me to do the shots. And I was like, and that worked out great. And I was like, I couldn't be happier, especially when I got the figures in hand. Like it was awesome.
That's cool. And they really seem to fit your style too, right? Like you seem to like really just bring them to life, dude. Like there's really a sense of motion in everything you have here with these shots. Like there's like it just like even this one, right? Like it's like you caught the mid step, right? Like it's so like how do you capture that? Like how do you is it? I mean, obviously it's planned, right? But like how do you
a lot of the shots are not process? A lot of the shots are not planned.
Oh, okay, never mind. Let me just throw that out the window.
Some are like I have an idea of what I want the setup to look like, but the poses don't like I don't have a plan for the poses until I have my stage set up and then I know where the figure's gonna be and what direction I'm gonna have them facing, and then I'll start just playing around. Like I'll start posing it on my desk, and if I like a certain pose, then I make it work in my scene, and then I'll go ahead from there.
Okay.
Yeah, but the majority is not planned. It's just like on the fly. Yeah.
What gloves are those? That's cheddar, right?
Yes, that's cheddar. So the leather pack. It wasn't the last Kickstarter or the last set that came out with the longs and strongs. There's a leather
Okay.
crate, and yeah, those are the gloves that came with it.
So you play with it to get the pose. Do you have the scene first, or you have the pose first?
I have the pose first.
Okay.
And then depending on how if I like the pose, then I'll start getting ideas of what I want the environment to be.
Okay.
If I wanted a day shot or a night shot, or if I wanted in a forest or like in a rocky mountain cove or on the beach. Because I have sand that I set up sand also, and I'll do beach shots. And then all the dials and everything I make myself as well. And then
Oh, wow.
I do use digital backgrounds
Okay.
from time to time. And then other times I do use canvases that I've painted myself as a background too.
Well, so I was going to ask that, right? Because in on your website, right, it talks about how you started in digital, right? You've got a graphic design background, right? So like, how much of that is incorporated into your toy photography? Yeah,
A lot, especially with the backgrounds. I do create a lot of the backgrounds myself to use digitally. Sometimes I do use AI generated backgrounds, depending if I don't have something in hand, like if I don't have a certain cove, then I'll go ahead and generate something. Because the majority of it's going to be way blurred out anyways, but at least you get the sense of the environment by just certain shadows and certain shapes in the background. And then there's sometimes where I'll have a white canvas and I'll just paintbrush certain shapes in the background. It doesn't make any sense, but in the shot, it looks like there's something massive in the background, and you can't really tell because it's all polka out. But the majority of the time is stuff that I've done myself, illustrations that I've done, Illustrator, Photoshop, or even pictures, photographs that I've taken of landscapes. I'll use that in the background too.
These trees, did you make them yourself too?
Okay, so the trees in the foreground and the one behind the mushroom, those are I made myself. The ones in the shadow and the green further back is a digital background.
Yeah, I figured that one. The green one was a digital background.
But the other trees, I made myself.
So what's your method of making the trees?
So
if you don't mind sharing.
No. So these trees are made out of foil and masking tape with paper mache on top of it.
Yeah, that's what I've done too.
I found a YouTube this lady that did spooky trees, and like she made the whole base foundation out of foil and then wrapped it in masking tape to get the shape, and then you add strands of more aluminum foil to give it the vines and stuff, and then you wrap that again with masking tape. Once you get the shape done, then you slap paper mache over it and then paint it. And it's messy, but it was my first technique that I learned, and that worked out pretty well.
I've actually been saying, like, have you done it with the paper towel tubes?
I haven't done it with the paper towel tubes
because you can get a lot of the mass of the tree from that, and then you just wrap the foil around it.
I need to do that. I haven't tried it with the paper towel tubes.
Yeah, I've been saving a bunch, and I'm just waiting for a day. You know what? I could do it any day now because like I have so many paper towel rolls that I've saved up that it's just like it's in a box that I should just really just make a bunch of trees.
Dom says he used mailer tubes and not glue for his.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen people use the hot glue. Yeah, I need to make palm trees. I haven't been able to figure out how to do a palm tree.
Yeah, that's different. Good. Yeah.
And Yimbo says he'll take two when you're done. I do want to ask you about. And by the way, I love that you combined the plunderlings with the gargoyles there.
It works great with the gargoyles
perfectly. Like it literally took me a second to realize where that was from. Steve Morrow does want to ask. He's got a question here, and I highlighted it. Says, which plunderling makes you smile most often?
Ooh. Oh, well, Rome for sure. Especially since I've had him for a while. Him and then the little hatchlings.
Oh, I'm gonna give him solo.
Yeah, do it.
These little guys, the little hatchlings.
The hatchlings are cute.
And Rome.
Yeah.
So Rome is one. So he's in my top two, or he's my number one, and then my second best one is Typhoon, the strong, translucent one, the green one, the Kickstarter one. Those are my top two on the strongs.
Okay.
But yeah, once Rick told me that they were gonna release him after all, I was excited that I was gonna photograph him, and that I had him in hand. And I've had him for a little over a month. So it was difficult not sharing this, like how excited I was with all the shots I was taking with him. But and then when Ricky told me that it was gonna be an entertainment exclusive for June, I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Like I'm like looking forward to everybody getting it because he's a dope figure. He's one of the best ones. He articulates. I think he does. His articulation is a little better than the other ones, but I might be biased because I like him a lot. So,
Right, you be biased all you want. Don't worry about it. You know.
But yeah, he's one of my favorites for sure.
I remember when we were on your show a couple of weeks ago. You had mentioned you were like, literally, you just sat there and you were like, I've got a bunch of stuff right, and you were like emphasis right here.
Yeah.
I can't show you. I was like, that's so mean. That's just so mean. That's cool. Like it's cool. Like I think it's cool to get stuff like that. Like right, and I always tell Matt, like Matt and I have these conversations where we call like post production meetings. And I was like, what's the goal? And it's like the goal to me is always just to get a reveal. Like I just like it's like not to make money off the show. Like I just want to get a reveal. So I'm pushing hard for that. But like it's really cool. Like and I think that's cool to get that stuff. And even we were talking, we'll keep talking about your photo shoots and stuff. But like one thing that we talked about a little bit earlier before we went live was that you got to balance it because sometimes it's work, right? So like you had said that you had gotten a couple figures from Savage Crucible, and we won't show the figures, but you got them yesterday or you got them today, and the shots are due tomorrow.
Yeah, well, right? It's the 28th. Yeah.
Oh,
so
right,
yeah, well, I have to ship everything out back to them by the 28th.
By the 28th. So you got less than 36 hours at this point.
Yeah.
So
Put the wrong address. I'll give you mine. And then I'll send it to them.
Then send it to them. We got it.
Yeah.
But like, and this is something we've talked with, with Trevor about too. Like that becomes work, right? Like you don't have the option to be like, I don't feel like shooting today. It's like, no, buckle up, Buttercup. Like you got to do your job. Like this is a thing you got to do. How do you find that motivation to do that?
Well, for me, the thing is, I love doing this, whether it's for work or for my personal like fun. I just enjoy it. So as long as my mind keeps going and I have good creativity, like depending on what I see, because a lot of my ideas come from like Frazetta's artwork. Or it'll come from movie scenes, or it'll come from comic books, or it'll come from old cartoons or animations, or it'll be something that I'm scrolling on my phone, either on Facebook or Instagram. I'll see an illustration that I can recreate in my style, and then I'll do it. And my mind's constantly like that. So like I sometimes tire myself out because I can't stop. Even when I'm trying to sleep. My mind is still going. Like ideas are just popping in my head, and then there's some times where like I just can't sleep at all. I have to get up and shoot. And by the time I know it, it's already 3 a.m. when I'm done. When I'm finally done and exhausted enough that I can go to sleep, but then I'll get just 2 or 3 hours of sleep because the next day, like I had to get up because I had to feed my daughter and that stuff and family stuff. So, but I just have a hard time shutting my mind off. That's the thing with me. So like I don't have a difficult time doing it. It's just stopping, and I may have a hard time doing.
So it's not the getting started; it's the stopping.
And there's times I do get frustrated with certain shots. Like if I can't get the shot the way I have it pictured in my mind, and I'll struggle. I've struggled with a single shot for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I can't get the shot right. And sometimes I do have to step away and take a break because if I'm angry doing the shot and not enjoying it, then it's never gonna come out right. So like I do have to step away. I'll play some video games, or I'll go out, or I'll just look for more inspiration, just to get my mind off the shot, and then that'll reset my head or my mind, and then I can go back and readjust. Either the pose was off, or the lighting was off, or the angle is off, and then I'll figure it out that way. But for me, it's just hard for me to shut my mind off, like to take a break from it. I have to force myself to take a break.
We've talked about that before.
Totally have that problem.
Flow state,
yeah.
We got a couple people who just joined the channel. I'm going to check in real quick. We got 88 Figs has joined us. Plasti saying buenos noches. Dom says Macho will send them back with full stop motion army battle.
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, he would. He would. Yeah,
he would.
Savage, you want to see him move in the box?
He's got it down.
Plasty saying Pablo the Goat. Bearded checking in saying, "What up, fellas? Gonna have to catch the replay." Bearded repping here. And KJ calling you out, saying your daughter and AI do all the work. So, and I love this.
Okay, we started with AI.
Yeah, PL has the photo flow. Let's talk AI because you said you use it, and I mean, obviously, right? Like you said you use it. Machu had a reaction to it. I mean, obviously, like Machu's not gonna call you out for using it because it's a tool, right? But like, obviously, it's a hot topic right now, right? Like, it's not a it's something that we've got to either harness to use as a tool but use in a way that we can not be called out in a way that it's like,
right.
What percentage, right? Like, what percentage are you going to say, okay, it's a tool versus it's the whole photo?
So the issue I have with IG and the AI is them automatically labeling your work as AI generated.
Right.
Because the way they're labeling your artwork or your photograph is that the whole thing was generated
as AI. When in fact, like when they started the first time that it, like I noticed it, all I did for the image was did the expand fill because I needed to fit the aspect ratio for Instagram, and it was just a little short, so like it was like maybe not even 2 pixels of a width that I filled it with AI. And since that metadata was on that photo, as soon as I uploaded it, it automatically labeled it as AI. And the thing is that I didn't even toggle it on as AI. Like, it was off, but it still went ahead and tagged it as generated with AI. And that's where it started, like, it got under my skin because it was like, no. I was like, the way you labeled it, you're making it seem like the whole image was generated with AI, and it wasn't. Like, there was AI used, like it was a tool that was used, but not the whole thing was generated with AI. Like, they need to fix that. Like, that needs to be addressed, because for people like myself that use the platform in hopes to get more clients, more work. Well, if a client sees that, oh, well, this whole image was created with AI, I was like, well, we can do the whole thing ourselves. Like, there was no work that actually he did, so it kind of like tarnishes your skill set. At least that's the way I view it. Like, because I would rather it be like it labeled that some AI was used, then that wouldn't bother me as much. Like, some AI was used, but not saying that the whole thing was generated with AI. So that's where the issue I have. That's fair.
Yeah.
Because if it is, like, even if it says AI was used, then like you could still get clients through that, because then they could also be like, well, this guy is just using AI to, not do the whole job, but to get like get the end results that he needs. If it's just the background, not like 80% of the picture.
Yeah.
Right. Or if it says AI is used, it's a conversation starter, right?
Yeah.
Hey, talk to me about this. What was used? Where did you use AI? So,
because I mean, I use the AI remove tool to remove stands. Like, if I can't hide the stand to do the ABCA, like if I can't hide the stand, regardless of how, like if I have it at a certain angle and there's no way that I can hide the stand with anything without making it look weird, I remove it with the remove tool, and it's an AI tool, and it works great. And even if it's just the stand I remove and I post my image, it'll still label it as generated with AI. Because it happened with my Wolverine and Raph shot. The stand showed up just a little bit on the bottom edge, and so I removed it. And then the thing is, what got me upset even more is that I ended up doing the 16:9 aspect ratio to it, and I did the black bars. The black bars would have hidden it. I probably didn't even have to remove it. So, but the fact that I removed it and then I uploaded it, it labeled it as generated with AI. I was like, it's like, yeah, this one. So the stand was right behind Raph's knee. It was a little bit showing right there, and so I removed it. And then I was like, when I did the black bars, I was like, well, I didn't have to because it kind of hit it. But yeah, I was like, it was kind of dumb. It's like, it pissed me off.
Does it say that it's generated with AI?
Not anymore. I went ahead and I went back to edit it and I toggled it off.
Okay.
So I was able to go back in there and remove it, but the fact that it just automatically did it without me like switching it on that it was like that's what pissed me off. I was like, let me put the option on there if it was generated with AI or not. But yeah, I went ahead and removed it.
Does that affect the reach?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it affects the reach. But then again, my reach is like, I don't think my reach is high, honestly. But I don't know if it does affect the reach or not. I know the tags and the hashtags affect your reach. If you have more than 10 tags on your photo, and
I think it's more than 5 now.
Oh, is it more than 5 now? Yeah, that I do know, and it sucks. I don't know why that's even a thing. But in all honesty, I really don't like the reach. Doesn't bother me. Because first off, like I'm posting here because I love doing this, and I'm just sharing my work.
Yeah.
Regardless if people like it or not or see it. I mean, at least the people that do follow me and like my work, those are the ones that I constantly see that they're liking my work. So, like, I'm happy with that. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, if my reach isn't going any further, because I get notices from Instagram. I was like, oh, your reach is going down because this or that. I was like, it doesn't really bother me as much. At first, I think in the beginning it did, because I was for some reason like I wanted to have a reach, but then I got to a point where it's like it's affecting the joy of doing the photos,
right,
and doing all that. So I was like,
you've already gotten to the point where you're doing business with these toy companies, so it's like the reach is like a lot of people want to get more reach because it's like they want to get noticed by other toy companies, but you already bypassed that step. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
You got a lot of different. I mean, like, you got a lot of different collections.
I got a lot of
a lot of different toys. What? I mean, like, what's your like? Do you have a favorite to shoot? I mean, obviously, you have to say Plunderlings. So let's say besides Plunderlings, what?
Besides Plunderlings, right now I've been enjoying the Savage Crucible stuff.
I need to try those out.
They're fun.
You still can't find them.
I can't wait for Wave 2. That's gonna be, once those come out, I think more people are gonna be happy with those. I know with the Lumerians, a lot of people weren't happy with the toe hinge. It was a little off-putting, but for me it works because of the type of race it is. Like, it needs that weird toe pivot to get certain poses to make it look really animalistic. So like I liked it for them. For the barbarians, I don't think it needs that toe hinge. At least not as big. But I think they're making adjustments to it. I'm not sure if they're gonna add it or not. But I've been enjoying those. I have been enjoying Mesco again, especially since I finally got my Grail piece.
Which is
the Lone Roach.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Finally got the Lone Roach. Found someone that wanted to trade the Red Eye Knight for it, so
nice.
I was able to finally score my Grail.
Wade is stopping by saying, I think the reason why IG takes away the option for you to determine that it's AI is because even Skynet knows people can't be trusted. It's true. It's true. People can't be trusted.
It's like, come on, man. Look at my face. I'm a trustworthy person.
So, question. I know the metadata is embedded into the file, right? But if you were to take a screenshot of it and then post it, would it still say it was made with AI?
No, because the metadata gets wiped off. So, like, I've noticed that. So, I have a template that I use. So, when I do my portrait shots, IG automatically crops it. Like, you can't fit the whole portrait shot in there properly. So, I have a template that the aspect ratio is fit for that IG, but there's got the black borders on the side, but it fits the whole portrait shot without cropping it. Okay. So whenever I upload it onto that template, like if I do embed in place onto the template and then save that out, it wipes off the metadata. So it doesn't even save that part. Because I've noticed that if I use that image, I don't know if you guys use that app, Photo Summary, where it has all the lens information, your ISO, your f-stop, and then like you can customize it so you can put the lighting you use and all that. It's the last slide on all my images.
I didn't realize that was an app. I thought you guys just wrote it out.
No, there's an app. You pay a one-time fee for it, and then like that's You don't have to pay like anymore after that. It's just a one-time fee of $3, I believe. It's called Photo Summary.
Interesting.
So whenever I do that save with that template and I try to use that app, it doesn't recognize it. It says that there's no metadata for, like, it doesn't have the lens information, the ISO information, none of that on there. So I know that the metadata is not on there when I do it that route.
Interesting.
Keisha, you got that, or you want me to pull it up?
I was looking. So Steve made a comment about Pablo's Legos photo. So I was trying to find a Lego.
I got it.
Digging
It's
through a Lego photo.
Way at the very beginning.
I know. I'm way down here. Way down.
Way back.
I'm in a rabbit hole. I don't know if I can get out.
All right. So this is what he's talking about.
Yeah, that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an app called Photo Summary. It's the name of the app.
I did find this one.
Interesting.
It's a little bit earlier Lego wise, but it was very specific and very appropriate, very sweet actually too. So maybe we'll pull that one up. Jesus, now I lost it. Oh boy.
Yeah, I was heavily into Lego.
So this app, you have to.
Show.
You could even put in your lighting.
Yeah, so the f-stop and your shutter speed, ISO, and then the lens, that information is automatic. Like it already pulls it up for you. The lighting information I have on there, that I inputted that myself. So like every time I use the app or the image, it'll automatically save that info on there. But all the other information is automatic. It automatically knows what lens I use, the ISO. Like I don't have to write any of that in there. It's already set on the metadata of the photo.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I'd have to try that.
So,
and like I said, it's a one-time fee of $3, and then that's it. Like you just pay for the app, and then you can use it as much as you want, and you can customize it as much as you want to.
I have been debating on adding like an additional slide to some of my photos, of maybe just a top-down view or an illustration of how I like the shot.
Oh yeah, I thought of doing the same thing because there's I forgot the name of the app. There's an app or a site you can go, and it has like the little drawings for you already of your key light, your side light, your fill light, and then your subject. And I was debating of doing that too because a lot of people had asked me how I do my lighting, and I was like, well, maybe I could include that as a slide too. But then I never did it
because I see a lot of people like. They understand, like they're starting to understand that the reels are also getting them the reach, but they don't really know what to put on the reel. So then they just do like a behind the scenes, but they're not really doing a behind the scenes. They're just showing the lights.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like how people should actually be using these lights. Like they should be using diffusers or bounce card. And also like when they have like the fog machines, everybody's getting a fog machine now and just dumping smoke on their figures. Also, when you do that, just remember that there is like a little bit of film that will be on your figure. So try not to do it on your mezcos.
Yes.
As much as possible, try not to do it. If you want to sell them, I would say don't use the smoke that much. Yeah. But if you don't really care, go ahead. Have fun. Just dump the smoke on top.
Whenever I do with the mezcos, I always have a microfiber towel, and like once I'm done with it, I'll wrap it and I just lightly, just dap it, and it removes the film off the clothing. But if you do leave it on there, it does leave it almost like it stains it, and kind of like it's kind of weird.
It'll be yellowish. It's almost like you're smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
you might as well just smoke a cigarette next to your toys.
Might as well. We don't condone that, just for the record. So I'm just saying. But yeah, this is the newest Lego piece that I can find for you here.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
the congratulations to So Dark and Harley picture. So that was the newest one that I could find for you, Steve.
So what is that aspect ratio that you're using on that shot? That's a 9:16. Wait, no, 9:16.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So okay. So on that one you see the
black bars. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. So that's the template I have saved. So like the whole frame itself is at the 4x5 or whatever it is for the Instagram, but then I have a little section inside the middle where the photo fits perfectly, and like it just leaves the black bars on the side. But that's the only way I can keep the full portrait image in there without having to lose any of the image itself when Instagram crops it.
Gotcha. Yeah, because usually,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is actually educational. You continue with that. Go ahead.
Because like when I do portrait shots, I always crop everything. What is it? 4x5.
4x5, because that's the aspect ratio IG.
That's the aspect. Yeah, they want that for your posts, but like for reels, for your stories, it is actually 9x16.
Yes.
Right. I've been debating if I should start using the black bars or even like when it blurs the image, right?
Like stretch out the image behind it, blur it.
Yeah.
Not a terrible idea. Tormigo says everyone just trying to catch up with the Cheney technique. No leftover film on my fingers, but it smells great. And like going back to our non-promotion of smoking, the saying we don't promote smoking, but we do promote #crackhead energy, and that is true. That is true. Real Comrade also says it's been the best part of taking photos to me is to share the BTS of the shot. It's true, and I think that using the reels of the BTS it's given a lot more ideas too, right? It's inspired a lot of ideas and things. And there are people that like have done a lot of really cool stuff, and
so So that file, I have the width set at 3.6 inches by 4.5 inches, which is 1080 by 1350. I mean, if you want, I can show you real quick if you want me to share this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let me hold on. Let me
kill this out of here.
That way you guys can see how I do this real quick.
I love this. While you're pulling that up, Maz is here, so don't badmouth him anymore. Now that he showed up. So. Yeah, sorry.
Was it his birthday?
Was yesterday? Yesterday was his birthday. Yesterday.
Happy birthday, Maz.
Happy birthday, Maz.
Oh no, that's not the red screen. Hold on, I need the third screen. There we go.
Yeah, that's the other thing is a lot of people they don't realize like when you export an image, exporting it to the proper size for it to be optimized on IG. Because if you export it too big, like a lot of the times when you take photos from your phone, the photos are really big.
Yes, yeah.
So IG will compress it a lot.
Yeah.
So you want to compress that before you upload it.
Yeah. So whenever you're ready, I have the screen. I have the shirt.
Yeah. Good, throw it in there. Here we go. There it is.
Okay. So yeah. So this is let me show you the image size.
So it's 1080. The width.
So the width, yeah.
And then 1350.
The height. So when I do, so this is the template that what I'll do is I'll go to file. So I already did the image, right? So I'll go to place embed, right? And then I'll select. Let me pull. Yeah, you're gonna see all my folders. I have a lot of. Let me see. It's a recent image that I did.
Another thing that I'll do is if I'm when I crop an image and I'll lock the aspect ratio to 4:5, I'll export it with the long side, or you can either like do long side or short side and then set the size to that. So I'll do long side 1350.
Oh,
so that way, so the vertical, the longer side will be 1350.
Right.
And so it automatically goes to 1080 for the width.
So from here, I'll place it, and you see how it just automatically placed it right in there, and it leaves the two black bars on the side. But the full image will stay there. Like it's not going to crop it in IG because this is already at the aspect ratio, the 4:5 aspect ratio that IG wants. And then I'll just save this out. So once I save this out, doing it this route, it completely erases the metadata. So there's no metadata at all once you do it this route.
And it's already compressed.
Yeah.
That's also another way you can get rid of, like, some people, especially when you photograph mezcos, like I notice it more on the Batman mezcos.
The
Moray.
Yeah, the Moray. Yeah.
So if it's not compressed, you'll get like this weird looking pattern on some of the figures because it's like the stitching will be picked up.
Yep.
And that's called Moray.
Yeah. Yeah, the Batman gets it a lot. I don't remember if the Spider-Man or Green Goblin.
I don't think the
did.
Spider-Man did, but it was both of the Batman.
Yeah,
The
both
Golden
the
Age.
Crusade and the Golden Age. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, for sure.
It actually it happens more with the gray because it's so fine that you can't the camera can't differentiate it. Yeah.
Right.
So the Spider-Man, because it's red and blue, the camera will pick it up a lot better. So just Man Beast Boy saying, "Yo, going full course learning here." He says, "Won't retain any of this. Repeat for another year." The beauty of this,
just
Beast,
keep watching it over again.
Watch it again.
Yeah.
Just save the video, watch it again. There you go. No, I was deep learning, man. I'm learning just like the rest of you. So it's the beauty of this. And there's been the last couple episodes, I think we've gotten into some of this deep learning, and I love this. Right, like it's entertaining and fun, and fun, entertaining and fun. Yikes, entertaining and learning. That's what we strive for. It's honestly what we wanted to do when we started the show. So this is great. I love this. So yeah, what else you want to take us to school, Pablo? What else you got? So what other tips and tricks can you give us?
Well, I do have. I actually have one I guess a tutorial on my YouTube channel where I showed how to. Because I always tell people to army build, because I know people like to army build and they want to get like 10, 15 figures. Like to really army build, all you need is 3. 4 is a great magic number, but you can army build with 3 figures in Photoshop. It's like
if you're gonna get 4, you might as well get 5.
Yeah, but then you get 5, and you get 6, and then it just keeps going.
I go odd numbers.
Odd numbers.
3, 5. I totally skip 7. I go straight to 9.
You just go straight to 9.
Straight to 9.
I do have a video on my YouTube channel where I showed how I got all the layers, where I posed the foot soldier in different poses around the enforcer.
Okay.
I don't think it's that long of a video, but yeah, I have that video on my YouTube channel.
Cool.
I love to help people out whenever. I always tell people to just DM me if they get stuck, even with camera issues. I've had people ask me for they're having issues with their ISO or something's off with their f-stop, or they can't get something in focus right, and so I like helping people as much as I can. And with the Maz's show on Tuesdays, we do critique pictures, but the whole purpose of it is to help you improve if you want the improvement. And we always go over lighting techniques, composition, the Dutch angle. There's always things every Tuesday. It may be redundant every Tuesday, but it's we like helping people out, and we've seen people improve drastically in the show. Their images have gotten way, way, way better from when they first started sharing their images. And I know it takes a lot to share your image to get critique, but we're not there to critique you in a negative way. We're there to help you out. So don't be scared of, sharing your image on there for us to critique. But if you do tag it, just keep in mind that we're about 2 months backlogged.
Yeah, you guys are still in April.
Yeah, we're still in April. So
some of you people have probably improved greatly.
Yeah. So Pablo, I'm gonna pull this down if you're good.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I do want to talk about Maz. I want to get to a couple of comments here, and then I definitely want to talk about Maz. Dom says that 3 is his magic number. He shoots really tight, so he can fit really well in the odd number. Age of Variance says he normally uses 10 by 1050 by 1350 for posts.
I think he meant 1080 on that.
1080. Oh, all right. 1080 by 1920 for stories. That's kind of his phrase there, his style there. 90% of the time, the feedback is helpful. Guidance is 10%. Helpful guidance, 10% is banter between friends. It's solid, though. It's solid. Publish the man, always lending a helping hand. So there you go. And there you go. It's edutainment. That's the word I was looking for.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I was
that phrase right there.
I was afraid to use that. I thought I would get made fun of for it. So, no, I do Moz is the work you guys do on Moz. It's you're right. It's you guys do critique, but it's it's like getting feedback in a way that's you get feedback for feedback's sake, right? It's not positive or negative. It's feedback. It's feedback to make improvement. And there's some stuff on there that you're I relate it to the old American Idol show, right? Where they were critiquing the people that came in, and then there's some people too where you're just okay, did you actually tag us in this because you want critique, or did you tag us in this because you were trying to make a joke out of it, right? So But yeah, like I was, when we, and I've seen your show before, but like when we had the opportunity to be on the show with you guys, like you really see that you guys actually, like, and we're long enough into the show, you guys actually give a fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you take the time to go through stuff, and even watching, Trevor, like, just, he's like, hey, you could have done this, and he opens up his thing,
with the lighting,
right? With the lighting, like I learned a ton that night, and it was really, really cool. Like just to watch the three of you guys do that was pretty impressive.
Thank you.
So, how did you? And I did want to ask, and maybe this is something that's just me not being knowledgeable on it, but like, how did you guys get started on that? Like, when did the three of you just decide, like, hey, we can do this? Like, were you tired of like sitting in your basement going through Instagram on the TV and just being like, it sucks. This sucks. It'd be better if he did this.
Well, so Maz has been doing it for a while. Maz with Lou and Harry. I think them three had started the channel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember how I got invited as a guest on his live stream. But that first time that I got on there, I hit it off with the guys, and Maz asked if I wanted to keep coming every Tuesday because he enjoyed having me on and helping critique, and with my skill set, was different from theirs, and then having that input in there like helped out. And then Trevor jumped on board, and then Mike jumped on board as well. So I can't remember how long I've been on there, but once I got on there, I took over the thumbnails. I've been doing the thumbnails myself. And then Maz has me as a co-host, so I can run the show also with or without him. I do my takeovers.
Yeah. Maz letting all the secrets out tonight.
Oh, because I was here we go.
You were both, yeah.
So,
I guess I can't come back.
I was gonna say that's also why Macho and I will never be invited back. So,
and the thing is that I had always wanted to do a YouTube live stream channel talking about photos and critiquing photos, but trying to do it by yourself is like it's hard.
It's tough, yeah.
But then when I got invited to do it on Maz's show, it's like, oh, this is great. Like this is exactly what I wanted to do to be able to help people out. So like I said, we hit it off pretty well, and then I've been permanent on there ever since. Oh.
Well, you're more than welcome to come back on here and do it that way.
Man, whenever you guys want to.
Just we're not done yet. I'm not ending the show.
Oh, I know. No, but I love. Honestly, before I got onto Maz's show, like I was kind of like iffy about getting on screen because, like, I don't like. I know this is gonna sound bad, like I'm talking bad about myself, but I don't feel like I'm like extremely educated, like vocabulary wise. So like at first, like it's like, am I gonna sound like stupid with everybody else on the show? But
with
like
me on the show, you can never sound stupid. You're gonna be okay.
But once I got on Maz's show, that first show, like I got pretty comfortable. If I do come across stupid, it was like, oh well, that so be it.
You don't come across as stupid. You come across as very knowledgeable. Like when I hear you talking about shots or critiquing like how the person could do one situation and change it. It comes off like you know what you're talking about.
Well, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
And I learn a lot every time I'm watching the show. When you speak, when Trevor speaks, Maz sometimes.
Maz is just piggybacking.
Every time I tune back in, it's always like it's one of Maz's shots again. This is why you're stuck in April.
I was gonna say you could just come on like you guys remember the critic from like back in the day, the John Lovitz show. Just have you come on and be like, what do you think, Pablo? It stinks, and we'll just move on. Like that's it.
I was a little bit hesitant to tag Maz's show on one of my photos, like the first one. I think it was the Mickey Mouse shot.
The Mickey Mouse shot, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. I kind of do want to hear them tear this photo, like these series of photos apart. And I was really excited, and you guys did it, and I was a little let down that you didn't tear it apart. You guys really loved the photo, and you guys love the photo, though. I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have used Mickey Mouse because we kind of character.
We would have played that video that we played for like all the shots that we loved, but we didn't have it at the time. It would have been that.
Yeah.
Macho, I love you, but you're like, oh man, they like really love the shot. Like, what a bummer. You
What a
know?
bummer. It's like, tear it apart. Tear it apart, please.
We got Greg, formerly Brute Scout, stopping by
Hey, what's
saying,
going on,
what's
Greg?
up, Jen? We got Steve says it's similar in art class where everyone learns from the public critique. It's true. It's very true. And KJ saying we can't steal you, so we're not allowed to steal you. And Agent Variant saying what? Only bald guys. He's in. So
Awesome.
he's
There we go.
looking for an invite when he's not. Yeah, he wears it well. He's looking for an invite when he's not. He's always got a hat on. When he's not busy filming show and tell podcasts, he can swing by for you guys. So,
and I always tell people that like if you've taken art class, like it's very similar to that because you had to get your work critiqued by your classmates or your teacher, regardless. But getting critique is how you learn. Like
exactly.
Like,
that's why I'm always disappointed if I don't get critiqued.
I was like, don't take the critique as like your work is not good. Don't take it personal. Like grow from it. Like because like I always tell people is like we do point out where like the lighting's off or it was off here, the puzzle's off, but we always do compliment it with the good part of the image as well. So that way we do make sure that we touch both sides. But the main thing that people struggle with, or some that I've seen, is just the lighting. And once you get the lighting down, it's like after that, it's just like like it's not difficult. You just need to learn the lighting, and lighting is tricky. Like it's not easy to learn if you haven't really like studied it. And I always tell people, put yourself in a dark room. If you have 3 lights, great. Or if you just have one, just use one light, but turn down that one light in a dark room and move it around your figure, and you'll see the shadows, the contrasts, like, and you'll start getting the hang of like, okay, well, I need the light here. And then like if it's too much light or you need to soften it, then put some kind of like diffuser in front of it to diffuse the light, and it'll make the light softer. Right. Or if you need to block the light from hitting something in the background, then you use what we call flags. It's just a black card that absorbs the light. You put it in front and it blocks the light from spilling into that whatever side you don't want it. And once you start getting that down, like your images, you'll see an improvement.
And there's many things you can use as a flag, right? You can use a piece of cardboard to just block
cardboard.
The light.
Yep.
You can use cinefoil. You don't even have to use cinefoil. You can use
regular foil paper on cardboard. Yeah. Yep.
Just as long as it blocks the light. And then with diffusers, you can use, if you don't want to, you can use what is it called? Parchment paper.
Parchment paper. And if you have white pillowcases, you can use a white pillowcase. So I've been doing photography for a little over 17 years, like, and graphic design for just as long. But when I first started, like I didn't have money to buy equipment, so I did a lot of DIY lighting equipment using PVC piping and shop lights. And the diffusers that we use would be either large white sheet blankets or pillowcases with PVC frames inside it to just hold the shape. And that's how I started off. And you can make all your lights out of cardboard or boxes, and that's what I did at first when I first started. But you don't need to buy fancy equipment either. Like there's a lot of DIY lighting you can do, because that's how I started off. But I mean, I have all the lighting now because like I said, I've done photography work for a while. I did family portraits, and so like I still have all the equipment. And I still don't use all the equipment because it's so big to begin with. And for small stuff, like, it's kind of difficult for me to use my flashes. But
I would even say with today's lights too, you don't have to worry about like what we had to worry about. You don't have to worry about the shit catching fire. So, right. You don't have to worry about the diffusers catching fire and stuff. So, you don't have to worry about burning it.
Unless you're Sir Dark.
Right. Unless you're Sir Dark. Most dangerous man in toy photography. Unworthy Collector says, I know my work isn't good, and that's why I don't ask for critiquing. And that is BS, my friend. Your work is good.
Your work is great.
You should critique, get critique, and it could be even better. So, and I thought this was interesting. Steve Morrow says he sees the lighting in reverse. He almost needs to see the shadow in darkness, then determine where he wants the light. So how you guys are talking about it, it's interesting he does it in reverse. And that's kind of what I love about this, right? Everybody sees it a little bit differently. And Dom says if all else fails, use a Nature Valley box. It's the Nature Boy. Unworthy, your picks. There you go. Your picks are better than mine. If that helps, there you go, KJ. And now we got another Hawk to us. Put on those shows. Get that going. I need to throw all my white pillowcases out because they were tear stained after having my photos critiqued. So there you go.
There we go.
You should have left that. That would have given it a nice amber hue, and you would have been. Would have had a
there you go.
different type of filter, man. Go get them out of the garbage.
Yep.
Get them in the garbage. You'll be okay. So there you go. All right.
I was pointing out in like one of our chats, like we had to work this weekend, and on the production, I was like watching the gaffer set up the lighting, and I noticed that like they had 2 diffusers, like 5 feet apart from each other, to diffuse one really strong light, but it made a nice soft, ambient light on the subjects that we were trying to film.
Nice. That's awesome. I would like to go into video. Like I kind of dropped the ball in not taking some video courses when I was in college, but because I know the lighting is very similar, but there's still other techniques that I've seen people use in photography work that's mainly for video. And I was like, man, especially that to get that nice cinematic look. I was like, damn, I need to learn. Like, there's a lot of stuff.
It's not too late to learn.
Dude. Because I'll be honest with you, I've been doing video for 20 years, right? And doing toy photography has taught me more in being able to talk to my DPs about stuff, right? No, seriously, no.
You might want to explain to the chat what you mean by DPs.
Yeah, sorry. My director of photography, right? Yeah, thank you. Right, I've always been on the creative side, right? Development and directing and stuff. And now doing toy photography, I understand more about ISOs and pieces like that. So it's helped me actually communicate. So you already having the knowledge base there, translating it into video is probably you'll have a little bit of a smoother transition. Yes, DP meaning director of photography. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. Which by the way, I knew you knew, and I knew he knew, and you're right. The other people watching,
their
heads out of the gutter. God, I do have a rough cut, by the way. Anyway, but yeah, it's pretty cool, and it was they said, it is cool to see how they set that up. They have this giant light, and then it's they put this big box around it. Your party is just use a smaller light, guys. And then
but then you see the outcome.
Yeah,
right. It works.
And also, even if there are lights in the location, they still set up their own lights on the ceiling, and then flagged off certain lights too. So
yeah, flagging sometimes becomes a chore. Because I have 2 areas that I shoot. I'm right now I have my computer and all this set up here in my living room, and when I need to use the digital backgrounds, I have to set everything up here in front of the TV here. Or if I'm not shooting here, I have a small bedroom that I use as a studio, my main studio. But when I shoot out here and it's extremely bright outside, having to flag the stupid windows to not reflect on the TV is a pain in the ass. Because I have, I bring out light stands and I have those diffusers, those 10 or 5-in-1 diffuser, and it's got the flag. So I have all those set up against one side of the wall to get all that reflection off. And then depending on the day also, then the other windows, these windows over here, will start reflecting on that thing too. I was like, son of a bitch. And so sometimes I have to do it at night.
Yeah.
But then if I do it at night, then I definitely won't sleep because I'm working all throughout the night. Because once I start grinding things out.
That's what I do.
So another thing, just get an ND filter the windows, man. Just put them up. So
what I'll do is when I'm setting up a photo, if I'm doing it during the day, I won't set up any lights. I'll set up my camera so that way when it's facing the subject and it takes a shot, it's just pitch black.
Yeah.
Then I start adding the lights.
Yeah.
Because then it's not getting affected by daylight or even the house lights.
I mean, sometimes having that light coming through the windows and it with the blinds, it diffuses it perfectly for for day shots.
Right.
But like right now, what I'm doing, since I'm doing the tempo, I'm using my tempo dial. Like I want it that kind of dark and just have the beam of light coming through the top. Uh, that is difficult to do during the day. So usually I'll do those tempo type shots at night. Like all my day stuff that I want to do that I know it's going to be daylight, I do it during the day for sure. But with this current project I'm working on, like I'm using the tempo, and like I said, I only have these 2 days to shoot all this stuff out. So like I'm trying to work with it. But
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, like I found a way to deal with it, but sometimes it's just like it's just extra work that I need to set more stuff up. And then so my wife was like, "There's so much crap here." I was like, "I can't use the living room." I was like, "It'll be gone in 2 days. Don't worry." So I was like,
I do want to. We got highly posable to stop by. I just wanted to say welcome to the show. And Asian Variant with the $2 super hat saying B2S and Pablo, fantastic content. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. We got Dom who says he stopped turning the lights off in his room while he's shooting, and he actually found that it's helped with his lighting. So I guess he means the overhead lights.
overhead lights.
I would imagine that he's not turning off the lights he's setting and then shooting, because that would just make everything dark.
It's just knocking over everything.
All the Nature Valley bars in the world can't make the lights better. And Steve Morrow hitting us with the light bright, turn on the magic of powered lights. So there you go. But yeah, it's, here we go. Steve actually coming in with a question saying, PL, how often do you get inspired from product photography ideas from IG or
A lot,
elsewhere?
actually.
Yeah.
A lot. I'll see, like a lot of my favorite photographers, like Kill Cutter and Sunny and Jesse, Trevor, like a lot of their work when it pops up, like I'll get ideas, I get inspired by a lot of the stuff. And then, like I said earlier, also I get inspired. Like a lot of my inspiration comes from art illustrations, like Frank Frazzetto's artwork. Like I love Frank Frazzetto. Like all that Conan, all that fantasy stuff. Like I love that, and I especially love anything like feudal Japan, samurai and stuff. So like I'm always constantly trying to get ideas, like looking for artwork in that sense, and I'll get inspiration, like certain poses or certain action scenes. Like I'll if I find something that I like and I can try to mimic it with the figures. And then again, like there's limitations on certain figures. You can't really get certain poses, but you make it work.
Yeah.
And you can make it work on the angle. Like you can fool the people's eye. But yeah, I get a lot of inspiration from IG every once in a while, especially when I'm just scrolling. Like if I do have what's it called? What's the term when you get brain blocked for writers? Creative block.
Yeah.
When I do fall into that, like I'll start scrolling on IG. If I'm not on IG, I'll go to the Facebook, or I'll just randomly search like feudal Japan or samurai or ninjas, or I'll put mythical whatever, and then like whatever it generates, like whatever images pop up on Google or whatever I'm looking to search, and then like I'll just scroll, and if I see a certain action scene or a pose that catches my eye, and if I have a certain figure that resembles it pretty close, then I'll go ahead and I'll set it up and take the shot.
Do either of you use Pinterest?
I do use Pinterest. Yeah. Like especially for like Marvel like ideas or any comic book based or even Ninja Turtle stuff. I'll go to Pinterest.
Mostly comic book and Ninja Turtle stuff. I'll use Pinterest. Like if I get a new figure and like I'm like, how do I want to shoot this thing? If I don't have any like real ideas yet, I'll go on Pinterest more so than Google.
Yeah. I'll do the Google image search, and it may take me to Pinterest, but I won't do the Pinterest search. So
the Pinterest is actually pretty good. There's a lot more variety on Pinterest than what Google will pull up. But yeah, I do use Pinterest a lot for like, especially for turtle stuff. Like if there's a turtle pose I want, or like something turtle themed, I do go to Pinterest.
Unworthy says there's lots of good recipes on Pinterest too.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yep. Agent Marius says all you amazing swipe photographers inspire me. I think he's mostly talking to you guys. And then Steve says, what type of image? What type of image you get inspired by from Pinterest? I think he's talked about a little bit of turtles.
Turtles, Marvel.
Yeah.
I recently I use Pinterest for I think I put fantasy on there just to get some fantasy ideas, especially for dials and like background, like to make backgrounds. So like if I can't come up with a certain, like I have something in mind but I can't really put it down on Photoshop, then I'll go to Pinterest and I'll put fantasy mountains or fantasy hillside country or whatever, and then like it'll show me a lot of inspiration, and I'll do like a mood board, and then I'll set that up, and then I'll start illustrating or painting something on Photoshop to make a background. But I do that also on Pinterest. I'll get ideas for backgrounds on there.
What is the most random prop that you've used or like item that you've found?
Oh, well, I know my trees I use a lot.
Okay.
Especially my favorite tree that I use a lot is what I call the tree of life. So it's so I made out of foam. I made a stone hand, and out of the middle of the hand there's a tree growing out of it, and it's got these long plastic foliages, and I added like little white flowers. Actually, it's on one of my when I got my lone roach, I used that same tree in that shot. Same thing with the Ronin 5 Wolverine shot I did. It's in the background. I use that tree a lot. Like I like using that tree a lot. It's one of my favorite trees.
I think Machi's going to try to pull it up. While he digs for that, Steve did ask one more question. What cereal toy photo would you create? I'm not sure. I guess like what okay, I guess so. So like would you make a milling cereal? Yeah.
I want a Trix rabbit figure.
Oh, a Trix rabbit. Oh, okay. What cereal toy photo? Okay, a Trix rabbit. I think that's got to be coming soon.
That's got to be coming. I'm hoping.
I mean, we've got a Chester cheetah, right? Like that's got to be coming soon.
And get the leprechaun guy too, man. Get them all out.
Whoa! What is the Lucky Charms guy?
Yeah, so that tree in the back.
Yeah, I see the hand. Yeah, I see the figure a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
I love. That's one of my favorite trees that I made. That tree, and then of course I do use my temple dial, which is the very first dial I've ever made. I do use that a lot. I use it a lot recently for the plundering shots. But yeah, that tree in the background.
Cool.
That's really cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I do use that a lot. Especially my nature shots, I do have the trees out a lot.
A lot of the foliage that you use, do you get that from Hobby Lobby?
Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Family Dollar. I've even gotten some from. Well, recently I got a lot of it from Ollie's. I've gotten a lot of there from Ollie's lately.
I've only been to one Ollie's.
We did talk about a serial photo challenge on a previous B2S stream. I think we're going to start that once we get back from.
Oh, nice! That sounds like
San Diego Comic-Con.
If I can get that Odious, there is a serial shot that I want to take.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll start that when we get back from San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh man, I'm so looking forward to that Odious figure.
I think it'll have to be during your serial podcast.
Okay,
you got to be looking eye to eye with Odious.
Why is it always me? All right. Anything? I think we're coming down on time here. Anything else? Anything else we should know? Anything else we got? You coming up that you want to share?
So there is. Well, I mean, not that I could. All I can say is that keep those coins handy from Lone Coconut, because something's coming pretty soon. I'm not sure if it's next month or the following month, but it's going to involve that gold coin. So if you have the gold coin, get ready for it.
Okay.
And make sure you guys, if you haven't pre-ordered him, jump on the pre-orders, and make sure you also go to the Lone Coconut's website to get the little hatchlings and the muscle crate for this guy. Because this is he's a fantastic figure. He's fun. Once people get him in hand in August, they're gonna have a lot of fun with him.
All right. Well, go pre-order Rome. Keep your gold coins handy. And make sure you're following PL Toy Box Photography on IG. You're following it's PL Toy Box Photography on YouTube. You're tuning in every Tuesday to Maz's Toy Box. Machu, you got anything coming up? We got
got
Undiscovered Realm Comic-Con this weekend. We're going to be at.
Yes.
No, I don't think we have any other streams this week, right? You got anything this week?
Nothing this week. I don't even know about a name.
Wait, is the con this weekend?
Yeah, there's
SDCC is this weekend, the first weekend?
No. It's called Undiscovered Realm this weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It'll be in White Plains. So, yeah, we'll be Dom will be. I know we're going with Dom. We'll see Dom there this weekend.
I hope to go next year.
NY Rebel Photography is going to be there.
NY Rebel's going to be there. Probably a couple other New York guys will be there. So, Dancing Queen stream. I don't know, Steve. Maybe if you guys really want to see, stay tuned tomorrow night. Maybe we'll see. But
nice.
But yeah, Pablo, man, thank you so much for being here. Really
thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, and happy to come back. Happy to have you back anytime you want, dude.
Yeah,
we'll throw you. We keep threatening our previous guests to just throw them a link. We should just do that. We should just throw out a link.
Yeah, if you throw me a link, I'll jump on.
All right, I'll take you up on that.
I've even told Yimbo in the toy that it's like throw me a link and I'll jump on. Now that I feel comfortable being on, like I'll jump on. If anybody needs me on, I'll jump on. Like I have no problem doing it.
That's it. Stay tuned for Pablo to come on and just say it stinks to all our photos. That's it. But as always, whether you're watching live or you're watching on the replay, we appreciate the hell out of you. We wouldn't be here without you guys. And episode 77, I never thought we'd make it this far. And now we're going to at least push to 100, and then we'll figure out where we're going from there. But thank you guys for being here. And as always, be proud of yourself. Go make some content. And Matsu, do that outro, man.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.